Okay, family, we are at Brixton Assembly Hall, where the police is speaking with the family and the community about the incident concerning Ian Taylor, a Rasta man who died on the streets of Brixton whilst the police looked on and mocked him as he was telling them that he couldn't breathe and needed his inhaler. We're here with Brother Paul Grant. Brother Paul, you've been here throughout the evening and you've been hearing what the police have had to say. What's your opinion of the way things have gone so far?
Well, first and foremost, I want to just express how painful it has been just listening to both his mother and his auntie of what they saw on video of the police's behaviour on the night towards that young brother. It is absolutely shameful that the police commander who's speaking now at this moment, talking about, you know, the officers or their training and so on and so forth. You don't need training in compassion, in human decency. If somebody is in an emergency, they drive emergency vehicles or vehicles with an emergency sound and so on and so forth. They could have gotten to the hospital in no time at all, but instead they waited there. I think they said something like it took nearly an hour for an ambulance to come, something like that. But there was an excessive delay in getting an ambulance on top, and they said they didn't know they could have taken him to hospital themselves. That they need training. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. I know, as a private individual, that one time when I'm allowed to break traffic lights, to go through traffic lights, is in an emergency. Yeah? And if I can do that, if we can do that as private individuals, unofficial, why wouldn't a police officer be able to drive his police vehicle with sirens blaring and get someone to hospital? But clearly, his black life did not matter, and it's shame and disgraceful that we should be treated in this way in this country. And their officers are sat there. You know, Marcia Rigg is sat there. Her brother went through similar thing. So what didn't they're talking about, oh, we learn from this, learn from that. What did they learn from Sean Rigg's death when they held him down until he died in their custody? What did they learn?
Very good question. What did they learn indeed? Why do they need more training to know that they could have taken someone who was dying in their presence to a hospital that was less than 5 minutes away?
Precisely.
They allowed him to die.
They left him to die. What I've heard described in here, when the brother was asking, oh, please, water, I need his inhaler. One officer opened a bottle of water, drank some of it, and then poured the rest on herself.
Wow.
And please,
totally.
I can't breathe.
Wow, yeah. I mean, from the description that we've heard here, you know, those officers were totally insensitive to the need of the young man as he lay on the street. Totally insensitive. I don't know what sort of training is going to make them respond any differently. They need to be sacked. Have they been sacked from their posts?
I've not heard anything like that. I doubt if they would have been. You know what these people often do? When these people have such dreadful failing, they promote them. It's almost like they give them a pat on the back. Well done.
Well, people around the world are just hearing how the British police treat black people stroke Africans here in the UK. We're talking about Ian Taylor, a man in his 50s who died on the street as I think it was about 7 police officers mocked him and didn't take his needs, dying needs and his dying cries seriously.
Oh, we've seen it all before. You know, we've got one here who's playing up.
It's an excuse so they can watch him die. Very dreadful case indeed. And we're just exposing it for what it is. Absolutely. Thank you, Brother Paul Grant, for coming and supporting the community. As always, your support is highly valued.
Thank you.
One love.
The Forever Family organisation are here to protect the black community. We can cut out all of this trying to perform what they're trying to do because we know that their agenda And if we learn our African world history, we'll understand why the police came into existence in the first place. Right? My question is simply this. To join and become a member, i.e. to fundraise and actually back the Forever family, who do the job which we want you to do. But we know your agenda is not to serve us, nor protect us. And we have young girls who are confused into thinking that you hold the answers to help us alongside the MP and the parliamentary system. That's a fallacy. It's a myth, and it's almost confusion. And we get involved in this back and forth with you for years. And I wonder, who is the fool? Who is the fool? Because we keep interacting with you like it's like an abusive relationship. And we're supposed to leave. So my question is, to become a member where you donate £10 a month, right? And I just done the checks. So you have 160,000 of your people. Yeah? The biggest gang in this country. You have 160,000. Will you pledge for each and every single one of them? Almost forcibly, if I'll say so. And MPs. Every single MP.
Come on,
and councillor. Let me just finish.
Please, we've got a lot to get through.
Yeah, I know, but it's an important thing because it can change
everybody's
everything.
important.
It can change
You
everything.
just ask the question.
1.6 million. £10, yeah, for each of your police officers would raise £1.6 million for the Forever family. You can look after your community, your white community, and we can look after ours. If we need your help, then we'll call on it. And that will cut out all of this trying to reform and build a house that's broken.
Right.
£10 each of
We got the
your
message.
officers.
You repeated
£1.6
it.
million.
Good suggestion. We look after our own community. That
We want to do
is
this
the
now.
Sister Shanice out of here.